Howdy, folks, and welcome to the Ramblin' Dabbler, episode number 4. We are once again auditioning to be the co-host of DarkSydePhil today. Sorry about being on TBS time again, and the Braves running long. As we work out the kinks, we will be on time. And let me just shut off that music. Thank you, StreamYard, for making this so easy for beginners and having some royalty-free music we can throw in there. So I have some semblance of an opening. I have an idea of what I want to throw together for an opening, but I've been doing prep for tomorrow's show. Tomorrow's show will not be under the Rabblin' Dabbler. I've got to do that in the radio voice every time because I made a tongue twister that I can't even say for my show name. Ugh. The Rabblin' Dabbler. Did I even say that right that time? It sounded weird coming through my headphones. So tomorrow will be a different, a similar but different concept to the co-host. You'll see the thumbnail when I post it later today, and channel is growing from 2 subscribers last Monday to 14 subscribers this week. Thank you, Commander Cheadle, for being my first organic fan. Thank you, Josh, for participating in the chat. Pardon me. And thank you to all my new followers. Some, probably a lot. I don't know how many of that percentage of the new 12 that I got from verbal postering, verbal postering, verbal papering. Like when you do a stand-up show, you poster, you paper, you put up some flyers to get people to the show. And that's kind of what I was doing. I've now become a regular at a local dive bar, and I have this Thursday's episode, or Friday, depending how long the prep takes me, will be especially for you, Dave. Well, not especially for you, but that's what you're going to like. It is a wrestling episode. We will be rebooking the WCW WWF Invasion. And since WWE is so protective of their video, it will be a bunch of Photoshop. I don't know if we'll be pulling any video for that. Yeah. We've got some new. Oh, very exciting. I don't know if I said this on the podcast, in a chat, or in person. As you see, I blah, 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 blah a lot, and I forget where and when I blah, blah, blah. But I have a record of being charming enough to get a beer bought for me by some dudes that I'm chatting with. That happened a lot in Los Angeles when I was on a budget, and I was like, well, I think I'm getting out of here. You're not having another one? Nah, on a budget, man. I can't be staying out all that late. Let me buy you one. Fuck yeah. Watershed moment. This week, a woman bought a beer for me. Absolutely amazing. Something I had not done before. And thank you very much. She has done it multiple times this week. So I'm probably going to have to give in to the sugar baby duties soon and put out. We'll see how that goes. I will keep you updated unless she says don't fucking keep people updated. I don't have a colorful as shirt. You can't see. I'm a loner, Dottie, a rebel with Pee Wee Herman, Paul Rubens mug shot on it. We support Pee Wee. I wore it in memoriam, in honor of DarkSydePhil, because he's a loner, a rebel baby, and I don't think he should be. I think he needs a co-host, and he can get back more than 7 supporters. Last week I said 6, but the streamer Super Crazy had a stream this week where he figured out who the 7 are and went over them. It's spelled a little weird, but Super Crazy DSP, you will be able to find it and discover who these 7 people are that are keeping this business afloat. And DSP seems perfectly fine with that. I don't think he should be, but he's very okay with having 7 people just wail out on him rather than having a large audience participate and give little 5 like the Shuley Show did before they started free falling memberships. But today is not a Shuley episode. I thought I was done with him after last week's deep dive, but I will have more to say coming up, so tune in for that. And I do have to say, points for Phil. He does have more points than I do for intro, but as I said, I've got an idea. And after I get done prepping for shows this week, I will work on that, because the prep for these shows are more important than the intro for all the shows, which kind of sounds counterintuitive. But yeah, I need to get those shows done, and the intro will be a fun combination of clips. And what's going on, Mr. SidePhil? I've actually avoided detractor videos this week. Duty Streams had there has been a 9-minute rant, a 25-minute rant. I'm like, oh geez, I might be ruining my content. It doesn't say my content, as DSP would say. Oh, maybe I could contact DSP's out-of-state tax guy in order to get him to help me figure out how to write off my beers with my verbal papering. But points for DarkSydePhil for having an entrance to his vodcast. My money is someone made it for him, but he's got it. Here we go. Here we go. Here, thank you, StreamYard, making it so simple. Oh, I forgot to get the photo of Harry Shearer from Wayne's World 2 for the I'll have it for next week's DSP show. God, you heard that gulp, didn't you? Sorry, folks. Working on the mouth noises, unlike DarkSydePhil. Let's get our roast. We're gonna roast out a little bit here as we. Maybe I shouldn't play this every time. How long is this? It isn't the 1920s. You don't need. Oh, hello, ad. You don't need a 1-minute intro, a 2-minute intro like they had in the 20s when you had actually 26, 28 minutes of television time to fill up, and there was just lots of time to burn and lots of stars. This is the internet, Phil. Like 10 seconds or less seems like what it should be.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Phil.
To the show.
Thank you.
Phil, and today is
double welcoming. Aren't we friendly?
The 11th of June, 2023.
Sunday.
This is my only stream of the day because we got a weird day today. Not really weird, but half day streaming.
All your streams are weird.
Good reason.
You prepare nothing for it. I prepared more for tomorrow's stream today than you have for all your streams. Jammy pants, Zelda jammy pants. Nice Zelda jammy
Welcome
pants.
To the show. We've got a heck of a lot.
Maybe I should start wearing jammy pants. I actually am wearing big boy pants. I was accused by one of B Dabbler's listeners of wearing my jammy pants and going out and rambling in the streets. No, I am rambling in the streets in my big boy pants.
Going on right now, like literally as I stream, we've got an Xbox showcase going on. I believe they have begun the Starfield presentation, which they claimed would be 45 minutes long. You might say, why are they doing such a long presentation for one game? Well, quite frankly, because it really does kind of feel like a money on a great game for both Bethesda and Microsoft right now. If you have looking at the track record of what's been going on with these Microsoft games coming out of Microsoft Game Studios recently, they have not been crowd pleasers. Let's put it that way. And
I know where you can get some crowd pleasers. They go for about $200 an hour, but well worth it.
Even all the information that we've gotten regarding Starfield up to this point, I don't believe has been much to blow your socks off. So I think today they're doing the ginormous presentation to try to win over.
Ginormous is another one of those words that he uses. I don't know. It just that's all he uses. He never uses gigantic or enormous. Just one of my peeves. Maybe it is of yours, maybe it isn't. But I'd like to hear ginormous sometimes, not every single fucking time. I want to hear real words at times.
Audience and say, hey, listen, no, this game really will be good. Okay?
Listen.
So you might say,
Max Caster,
why am I not watching this right now? Well, I actually did watch some already.
Sorry, folks.
As I was doing my morning business and having my breakfast with my family, I was watching.
His family is his wife and a cat.
I really honestly don't have much good to say about it.
Does Jasper get people
kind of
food?
Felt very similar to the PlayStation event where it was kind of like, here's a bunch of games, but they all kind of fall into established archetypes and or genres that you already know. It didn't really look like much did anything.
It's the Hank Hill
innovation or stepping outside the box.
Doing the Hank Hill.
But interestingly enough, something that kept kind of resonating with me as I was watching this presentation. So it's like, oh, look, a first-person exploration game where you're a silent protagonist, just trying to figure out what's going on. Oh, look, a third-person action game where everything is very anime-esque.
Let's take a break for the shill segment. I didn't get that in. Everybody, like, subscribe, interact with the segment. I'll get some Party City streamers and shit soon for the big shill segment. Woo! Grow the channel, grow the channel. Help me go to a side job when I stop the Summer of George instead of a full-time job. Woo! Like, subscribe. Should I keep that up there? Oh, I took down my DSP banner. I was going to come up with a new begging banner this week. I forgot to put one up.
Oh, look, another third-person action
DSP variation of the begging banner.
Like feudal Japan. I'm thinking in my head, Wolong, Neo, already played that one. Oh, Hi-Fi Rush, already played that one. Subnautica, already played that one. You know, as I'm going through these, I'm just like hitting upon every game that we've already played
just leaning against the wall.
Basically,
go to Home Depot and get someone to mount those for you.
But then the one thing that's resonating,
I have no money to pay a day laborer to mount these photos.
I'd be like,
paintings.
Oh,
whatever.
Pretty much every game.
I might as well just do my Louis Anderson impression when I'm doing my DSP impression.
Let's go even.
Some people have used that
That's right, it's
as
loud.
a positive, and some people
do a Louis Anderson
impression.
You got to be loud as fuck. I got to get away from the microphone.
If I'm gonna do that,
on Game Pass, right?
That sounds like I need to put more 8x10s up. You hear that echo?
And try out almost like a
8x10s there. I think I need to put 8x10s here to cut down on the echo
with no risk. Because if you're
Mr.
already
Echo
in a situation where you have a Game Pass membership, which I do, you know, I'm going to keep the Game Pass membership because it gives me the online play I want for games such as Street Fighter 6.
I need you guys to pay for my Game Pass.
2 years, I'm playing games like Oblivion and stuff. You know, I'm going to keep that Game Pass Ultimate.
Back taxes, current taxes.
But if these games are free on Game Pass, right, and there's no money investment to buy them, to try them, then
so I've always been confused why Mr. SidePhil moved to Renton, Washington, Oregon, whichever one it is. It's outside of a major city, and he is a shut-in. He would be just as happy in the middle of nowhere in Oklahoma, Florida, wherever the fuck, but he chose a very expensive part of the country. You could probably get into a gated neighborhood in Oklahoma City just as any other city. And it would be incredibly less money, because when you're trying to track what is Phil's financial situation, he does blame the move. I was financially ruined by moving from, what the fuck was it, Jersey, somewhere on the East Coast ish, financially ruined from this move that I made with the girlfriend that I had, that I what's the word? Groomed. He groomed a 17-year-old and then revealed their relationship when they were 18 years old. She finally realized how unhealthy this was, and Panda Lee left his ass. But he did move her all the way across the fucking country, away from her family, and kept her away from family events. I think there was a funeral, a wedding, something that he was like, no, we can't go to that. The detractors, the trolls are gonna get us. And one day Panda Lee woke up and moved on with her life. I have no, like, I have moved cross country completely of the way once, 2/3 of the way another time. I don't know exactly of the fraction, but it wasn't as far. And my what I did was that whatever did not fit in my car, whatever didn't fit in my coupe, I did not own anymore. So it is what it is. Sell it, take it to the Goodwill, do whatever you will. But he got movers, professional movers, and going from all the way East Coast to damn near to the ocean of the Pacific, that's a pretty penny. I don't know how much that will fuck you up financially, but Phil still had a lot of supporters. It was that $100,000 on WWE Champions that got him into this debt. And man, come on, Phil, roulette. Sometimes you'll win at roulette. 1 in 6 betting pattern. That's what I have. It's fun. And I don't go to the strip. They have the $3 minimum. I go off the strip to the $1 minimum because I'm a cheap fucker, but want to have some fun. But don't do the poker in casinos anymore. Poker is like a friend's game, and just hanging out with a bunch of people in a casino, it doesn't have the fun of Friday night in the garage poker buy-in as I was used to.
Criticizing them and giving you my opinion. And it's like, as much as I can give you my honest opinion, at the end of the day, if the game
no
is free,
fucking way we're getting through the hour 25 of this.
You already have, then it's kind of like, I guess if it sucks, it sucks. But if it doesn't, you have the chance to try it with no risk. So it kind of does, for me, soften the whole situation. But for a lot
TikTok
of people,
video, wasn't it?
Use this as a negative justification. And they say things such as, because it's a Game Pass game, it's subpar. You see, because it's on Game Pass and no one has to buy it outright.
Game ass.
That gives it the excuse
it's on the
to
game
not
ass.
As good as a full-fledged game you have.
You're
to
the
buy.
game ass.
I've even heard,
game ass
of Sony games and such say, "Oh, you see,
I'm a variety streamer
because it's
I want to play
Pass,
new things all the time. Beat it and move on. I don't have fun with it.
Put confidence in it, and that's going to be sure that you're getting a quality game. Those Game Pass games are always designed to be subpar because they know they're not making a lot of money on them. I don't know. That sounds ridiculous to me.
Probably the Josh. That's my one viewer. What's some Game Pass games? Is he correct?
Both sides of the fence.
In that all Game Pass games are garbage.
Watching this Xbox event and having people say opposites to the exact same footage. You know what I'm saying? Like, we watch this, like, okay, here's
I've got the Switch.
Oh, it looks great. I can't wait to play it.
I didn't upgrade to the Nintendo 64 package. It does just fine having my NES, Super NES games. I've been told that they've gotten a better emulator. That was a big controversy at the beginning, was how shitty the emulation was. But I've been told it's better.
Because it's on Game Pass.
Don't care enough to upgrade it.
We want to talk about a split.
Talk
right?
about sex, baby. Talk about you and me. You asexual man. Your testicles are.
We'll talk about it, I'm sure. Today we got a good amount of stuff to discuss. All right, first of all, yes,
I think that might have rhymed.
Want to talk about go back. Some of the stuff that's being discussed in this event. The way I'm going to approach it is I'm eventually going to watch it myself, and I'm going to do like a recap reactions video that I'm going to put out over on my React channel, DSP React. So that's coming later this week, probably like Tuesday or Wednesday night, because I also want to wait.
Coming on Wednesday's face.
And the other events.
Ooh, don't do that. She's underage, Phil. Get away from that. Disavow.
A bunch of this stuff cumulatively and give you my overall thoughts on it, rather than me doing like 10 separate videos or anything like that. But all that being said, I'm not covering it live. We talked about it the last couple of days. Why I'm not covering this live right now. I don't see the added value of doing that. Me doing the live react stuff.
You don't see the value in a lot of things, Phil.
With a lot of issues.
You don't see the value in cutting up your podcast into smaller bite-sized clips. You just edit on the fly and then be done with it. And you get the duty streamers of the world who give out little 10-minute clips, and those are much better. Which, by the way, I will be getting to. Trying to grow the audience. I need more than 70, 90. Sorry about the 3 fucking hours, by the way. That was my first time doing an episode that was clip heavy rather than react heavy, as this co-host audition is. So working out the kinks, except the kinks in here, those stay.
The Summer Game Fest was blocked for almost 24 hours. By the time it went live, thousands of people who wanted to check it out had watched it elsewhere. As of today, I think it may have around 2,000 views. I actually haven't even checked, but I think that a good amount of people actually did go after the fact and watch it. Which I appreciate, by the way. Thank you to those who.
A good amount for Phil is a few thousand now, right?
For it to actually go visible, to check it out. That's very nice.
Subscribers
to actually still give it
like
attention.
What,
after
like
having
0.01% that actually watches you anymore?
Because he's on it right now.
It's an account from back in the day.
Because I did put the effort into it. But at the same
time,
it's frustrating.
Did you put effort in?
Have everything get screwed up. So that's why I'm not doing it today. I'll just do my recap reactions later. You'll still get my opinions on all this stuff that's going on. And all
his reactions last, like for a 10-minute video, it lasts like 90 minutes. They are tedious.
Also, here's another critical part. It won't take away from my gameplay, because I need to do gameplay at this point.
Nothing can take away from your gameplay. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
Ginormous, high profile.
Yeah, there it is again. Ginormous.
Being in the midst of 3 of them. It's frustrating.
Sorry, I imagine you probably hear that tab.
Feel like I'm playing enough.
Oh,
right?
Phil
like
finally got over 200,000. That was his goal like months and months and months ago, and he just couldn't do it. 204,000 subscribers. And let's check out some videos. They are getting almost 1,000 views. Holy shit. Share this tab instead. Here we are. DSP Gaming, 204,000 subscribers, 63,000 fucking videos. He just spammed the shit out of videos during the beginning of YouTube, and then they changed the algorithm so that, you know, just whoever is throwing out the most videos won't be on top.
They changed the algorithm and they fucked me over. Fuck YouTube. Fuck Twitch.
A few months later, when
Twitch fucked me over, I did nothing wrong.
Oh, that's my favorite. My favorite Phil saying is, I did nothing wrong. So, on 204,000 subscribers, here's the past videos. They're struggling to get to 1,000. There's when he. I need my noisemaker. I definitely need to go to Party City for some noisemakers. And his live streams. 1 year ago. That's right. He immediately deletes his live streams after going through them. The MLC strategy, but he doesn't put them up on Patreon, I don't believe. I don't think he does a damn thing with his Patreon. I think he's violating Patreon terms of service just by saying that
Patreon is where you go to just give me donations. I don't do anything. You just give me donations.
Looks like I was having internet problems. I don't know if you saw that segment. Thank you, Fiber, for being Fiber. 204,000, and he struggles to get to 1,000. That's basically.
Street Fighter 6, and that's how it is with big fighting games. You have to be like constantly playing.
Internet problems again. Down to 1, down to 0. Can you hear me? Ground control to major viewers. Ground control to major viewers. Can you hear me?
That's just how it is with these competitive games. But then we've got Zelda, which I hadn't played for a week, and I finally jumped back into it last night. Thankfully, I did make good progress last night.
We have a Fiber. We don't have Google Fiber. Google Fiber's been saying, come into your neighborhood since I moved here.
And not really enjoying it. Like I actually got a few people who criticized last night's gameplay, saying that, you know, it sucks because everyone else has beaten this game already. And now it feels like I'm just basically getting into the groove of making progress. I'm only going to be playing it like 2 times a week. Well, it might be 3.
Ground control to Major Phil.
And that's a valid criticism, man. That's absolutely positively a valid criticism of the playthrough.
A valid criticism?
I knew was going to happen, and I was afraid.
Oh my God! I almost want to rewind, but I'm not gonna.
Once. And then you got Diablo 4.
What time is it? Okay, around 10 minutes. He says something is a valid criticism.
I'm really having a good.
Everybody, take a drink of whiskey. A drink of beer isn't enough. Phil said there was a valid criticism. Not that it's a troll, but an actual valid criticism.
Time with Diablo 4 as a chill stream. But
has that ever happened before? I need a compilation of that.
Well, Diablo, you should have played on hardcore
criticism
at a higher world tier level because your way you're playing it, it's too relaxed and it's not that entertaining. It's like, well, that was the point. I told you guys all along as we were talking about Diablo. I said that Diablo would be a chill playthrough. I knew it. I knew the kind of game it was, that it was meant to be
then, and you did nothing.
Chill, grindy gameplay. Yes, the story's there, but it's not necessarily the thing that takes the front stage.
I'm going to download some sounds. I said something about a soundboard. You don't really need a soundboard in 2023, do you? I could just have a tab open with a bunch of sound clips. You knew did then, and you did nothing. My Michael? Was that who it was? My Jonathan? My Michael?
Being addictive and fun, looking for loot, leveling up, getting new abilities, changing your build to be better over time.
My David. That's right. The most Jewish name that you could think of. If it weren't for my David.
I don't play games for ultra challenge. You know that. There are games I do, like if I'm going to play a FromSoft game or whatever, but not every playthrough for me has to be a hard or heightened difficulty, ridiculous challenge run. In fact, if it was, I feel like my content would not be nearly as good because I don't have opportunity
How
to really
good
have
is
a
it?
good interaction
I
with the
tell you,
audience.
it is
Playing Street Fighter
so
6 for the
good.
last week,
It
I've had
was
almost
one of the
no opportunity to
brothers
speak with my
with
audience
AJ
because
Styles.
I gotta focus on the game. So a game like Diablo has become the game to do that. But now there's enough people, oh, that's not good. Now the Diablo playthrough's no good, you know? So it's like you can't please everyone. You know what I'm saying? You just can't. You can't please everyone all the time. And for me, it's hard to juggle all this stuff. It is. It's right now.
Maybe with my feet.
I'll be honest with you guys. I'm having a good time.
You can't have my whole. So I could please 4 at once.
Diablo and Zelda are all really good games. But it's tough when you're juggling 3 games and everyone wants one and you can't give them what they want all the time. On top of that,
I did not.
In 10 days, or is it 11? It's 11 days, isn't it? In 11 days, we got Final Fantasy 16 coming out. And yes, absolutely, I am playing that one. And here we go again, trying to juggle stuff. And what's going to end up happening is we're going to have even less gameplay.
So I could get each 4 at once. 1, 2, 3, 4 with my feet. So no ball play, but I'm doing something there.
So we're going to talk about all this. All right, we're going to talk about the schedule and everything. But yeah, it's tough right now. It is. It's tough to please everyone, especially when, you know, I'm doing my best to juggle a million.
Making me think of the beginning of Things Are Tough All Over. And it's even tougher if you're a Mexican. And it's even tougher if
Pixel Remaster and
probably the most least known Cheech and Chong movie.
But as I was playing those, I was also playing Zelda.
That one's funner than Still Smoking.
And I really felt like, you know, Zelda was just one game I was focusing on rather than everyone else on the planet was hyper focused on Zelda and only playing
Zelda. And then the Corsican Brothers,
making great progress.
I guess you could argue, is the Corsican Brothers a Cheech and Chong movie? Cheech and Chong are in it. I don't know if they directed it, but, you know, it's not a stoner comedy. It's them doing something completely different.
Doing well. And here I am flubbing around in the game, trying to figure out the mechanics of the puzzles, getting shocked by lightning, and having a bunch of people basically taking gameplay.
Okay, I've heard a detractor
playthrough
talk about the lightning problem Phil is having. If that's you in the audience, Josh, do you know what the problem he's having with lightning, where he keeps getting stuck? I know you've been in Zelda.
Entirely, all I would have gotten were complaints that why did I skip one of the best, highest profile releases?
You couldn't stop getting hit by lightning.
I play it, but I can't focus on it because
one of the detractors
a million things.
Knew why.
I get yelled at. Oh, why aren't you
couldn't figure it out? He's not a puzzle solver.
In this regard, why are you complaining about this? It's like, see, you can't have it both ways. You understand? Like, it really can't. And that's the problem. It seems like everyone wants me to be playing these games at some kind of a high level.
You are supposed to be a professional gamer, 4th place in Evo, the greatest American Street Fighter player of 2004.
It's tough right now. It really is. Like, I'm happy that we have so many good games to play. I just wish we didn't have them all at once. What happened to the first?
What happened? I definitely want that one on the soundboard.
I mean, just think about it. In the first 4 or 5 months of 2023,
I've got to start taking notes on what I want on the soundboard.
Hogwarts Legacy, Final Fantasy, excuse me, Resident Evil 4 remake, right? That's all we had for like 5 months. We had 3 major games, and that was it. And they weren't even lengthy games. If you really think about it, it wasn't like they were insanely long games.
Who gets so angry? Is this the angry rant about long games?
Why do games have to be 100 hours in 2023?
Because they're spending a lot of money on it, and people can just blaze through them in a day if it's not long.
If you did all the side content, but that was it. Where were the good games then? That would have been a great time to have more games to balance out, especially these games that are stacking up to be 100-hour playthroughs. Would have been perfect during that time period. But instead, we got to now have everything all at once, which pulls me in a million directions as a variety content creator, and not being able to focus on one game.
How's that working out for you?
Makes it so that I forget stuff.
I want Phil to focus on XCOM 2 so badly. I'll pay you. Phil, I'll pay you to play XCOM 2 War of the Chosen for 6 months straight. And once you go past a difficulty level, you can't go back. You must spend the last 6 weeks. You could negotiate me down to 4 on Legendary. And you can save scum a lot at the beginning and less at the end. Like you have a maximum amount of save scumming you can do on XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. Ooh, let's get a PayPal. Let's get the GoFundMe going for all of us to give Phil well, if we give him the lump sum, he's going to spend it all at once. We've got to drip drop it to him. And another reason we need to drip drop it to him is because he's going to rage quit. You can't wage quit it because we've got the wages. We're the ones giving you the money for War of the Chosen playthrough. I know he played XCOM 1 and fucking hated it. The randomly generated maps pissed him off to no end. I loved it. It's even more strategy, even more you got to think. And oh, he was so pissed. What is this? I figured out the map and where the bad guys are. This is bullshit.
Village in Zelda, right? I'm trying to find a pot to cook food. I can't find it. Now everyone is like, oh, you ran by it 10 times. Yes, you can see the pot. You want to know why you can see the pot? Because you're not playing.
I know why I can see the pot.
Diablo,
I packed it. I packed it
Zelda
up
all at the same time. You have one mindset of just playing Zelda. You know what you're looking for. Like in your mind, you know what the pot looks like, and you know exactly what it is on recognition. For me,
he's talking about actual cooking there for a moment.
I don't even know what the pot looks like anymore. I've forgotten what the cooking pot looks like. So I'm running around town trying to find this shit. I don't know where it is. You know, it is. I feel like I'm scattered right now. I'm scatterbrained with the amount of stuff that I'm doing all at once. And
well, if you don't see the pot, you'll definitely smell it.
Back in the day, when I used to play a bunch of new releases at once, how did I do it? Well, I played one game for 2-3 days and beat it within 3 days. Now, it was an insanely rushed playthrough. It was skip all the side content, skip all the meaningful stuff on the side.
Yes,
just
because you usually spend so much time and effort.
On to the next. And that allowed me to
I forgot to shield this on social media beforehand.
Basically, get through a game at a
I need a producer.
not forget shit and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Who wants to do this for no money with me?
And that was, in some cases, a lot of people loved it and others hated it. I got a lot of people who love that style of content because I was the guy known for beating games so fast, right? But then,
how fast is it? I tell you what, it is so fast that the Flash said, slow down.
I evolved. I became an interactive streamer. I became someone who plays game at a lengthy pace, who tries to take in all of the content of a game to give it a better representation in a playthrough. And then what happened? Games became these giant bloated experiences, 100-hour RPGs.
Mm-hmm.
There were no 100-hour RPGs 10, 15 years ago when I started on YouTube.
It couldn't fit on the cartridge, the disc.
Now it's like every game is aspiring to be that, right?
They got a lot of megabytes and gigabytes to work with now, Phil.
Little critical thing about every game I play, you know, and then God forbid
Phil, you're gonna get
something annoys me in a game because, you know, I don't remember a game mechanic from the previous iteration 6-7 years ago, and I say something about it, and now everyone wants to make fun of me on the internet for it. It's like,
everyone wants to make fun of you for everything. Really? That's why you need a co-host. Howdy, folks. I'm DarkSydePhil's co-host. If you'll have me, you don't even need to pay me for the first 3 months, Phil. I'll do it for free. After that, we profit share.
Now it's like, if you want to make content for the internet, man, you better be doing it in a certain time frame. You better be doing it at a certain
11 a.m. Eastern, Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursday or Friday. However long it takes me to do the prep.
Good at every moment. Don't joke around. Don't make any criticisms. Don't do nothing. You have to be in this one fucking line of content. If you don't make that, your content's shit, and you're not worth it, and you shouldn't be making content on the internet.
Oh.
Fuck that. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, fuck that bullshit, try hard, you know, get good mentality nonsense. The world is not about that.
You're saying?
Video games are not supposed to be about that. Do you understand? Video games are supposed to be about fun.
I am putting effort. I take a lot of notes.
Fun.
I'll be doing a lot of Photoshop.
If you're having fun playing a game, it doesn't matter if you're good or bad. It doesn't matter if you beat it in this amount of time or this amount of time. If you do all the content or 10% of the content, as long as you're having
that
fun,
aeroplane,
that's all that matters.
Seems like we're
when
in
it comes to video games.
Oh, it's military.
It's supposed to be a way for you to
military.
Get
it's not a
life,
passenger jet.
Escape the realities of your real life.
I didn't think we were in a flight path.
You're dealing with in real life, and unplug from that stressful nonsense for a few minutes and jump into a virtual world. It shouldn't be about, oh, I need to play this game, but by the way, it's a
virtual world,
long, so
like Double Dare. No, Nick Arcade.
Exactly this.
Man, that Nick Arcade, that final round looked fucking awesome, didn't it? And then when you get older, you just realize, oh, they were just on a big green screen, and you'd be like, why is this fucking idiot looking over to the side? Because he's looking at the monitor to figure out when to jump over the things and grab the thing. Oh, the people who were actually good at that final round of Nick Arcade, well done. I mean, how the fuck do you train for that?
Make no mistakes, and I don't do that. What the fuck is that? What kind of a mentality is it to go into video games like that, right? I feel like you've completely missed the mark if this is who you are.
Oh, hi,
and
Mark.
God forbid you make a mistake. Now everyone's going to make fun of you on the internet. How about you kiss my ass, right? Like, that's ridiculous. I should walk on eggshells when I play Zelda because God forbid I say or do something that might irk a fanboy crowd on TikTok.
That might irkle?
TikTok can literally lick my shit out of my ass. I don't care about TikTok. I don't care about any of these morons who do this viral shit. It's so fucking nonsensical and means nothing. You know what I mean? It's just complete nonsense. It doesn't have any bearing on anything of reality.
I've got to get some soundproofing.
Here, are you ready? One moment, I'm going to destroy the viral bullshit. You ready for this? Here, clip this one, motherfuckers. I don't even know what that's. The lightning mechanic in the Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is a complete nonsensical mechanic that's only there to annoy the player. Why? Because it doesn't help the game. What does it do? Does it add any challenge?
That's another part of his speech pattern where he asks a stupid question and then answers it as if he's talking to kindergartners, but he's not a children's entertainer, folks.
Well, how do you stop yourself by getting hit by lightning? Take metal equipment off.
He figured it out. He figured it out.
And then when the lightning storm passes, you put your metal equipment back on. So what did that add to the game? Did that add significant challenge? Did that add any story progression? Did that add any element of fun, amusement, or even any real challenge? No, nothing. It literally is there to be tedious. It's a tedious thing to say, oh, there's a storm. Take my equipment off for a couple seconds and put it back on.
That's puzzle solving or strategy is tedious and boring and bullshit and shouldn't be in the game.
In a game that already has
come on,
more
folks.
Than enough
Help me with the GoFundMe. DarkSydePhil, War of the Chosen for 6 months fun.
Yeah, it's annoying and it's easy to get around. But at the same time, you have a perfectly valid reason to criticize it. It doesn't do anything for the game. It doesn't make my experience better. It doesn't make it harder. It just makes it more annoying. That shouldn't be in the game.
You got to make it harder.
Anything that's in a game just to add an annoyance factor to say, oh, there's more content in the game shouldn't be in a video game because a video game is about enjoyment. It's not about adding levels of tedium to make your game longer. I don't care about the fucking sentient lightning, like Thor's hammer is being raised and it's coming down to strike me out of the sky. It adds nothing to Tears of the Kingdom. It adds nothing to Breath of the Wild. It's a waste of everyone's time. It should be criticized. And if you criticize shit like that, they won't put dumb shit like that in video games anymore. But no one does. Oh, it's Nintendo, so kiss the butt. Oh, Miyamoto.
Nintendo.
Oh, thank you for striking me with your sentient lightning. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Start calling dumb shit out and actually focus on the things.
You've got a lightning rod on.
This game, Tears of the Kingdom, has tons of great content in it. Really, tons of great content in it. It's a great game. Overall, my playthrough, I'm very much strongly praising this game. Saying I really like the game. I do feel the game is bloated.
You're making me use my brain while I'm playing this strategy game. What the fuck?
You have to remember, which is stupid. Why do I have to remember a bunch of tedious little things that just make my playthrough more annoying?
Metal.
Why can't I just enjoy the game
lightning, metal
pace of what it is? That's really the problem. There's no
you need the metal to be in the shape of a rooster, Phil.
They've designed it to be truly open world. But hey, overall, I'm having a great time. I'm like 32, 33 hours into the game. I really like it. So why on earth do I become the scapegoat as someone who sucks at the game and basically doesn't like it? It's not true. You've taken one moment out of context of a playthrough and turned it into something it's not for viral popularity. Well, good for you. Didn't affect me in any fucking way. I don't care.
Is there a compilation yet of how to not play Zelda?
Play how I want. I'm going to say what the fuck I want. I don't care about you. And the best thing that I can say to my audience here, all right?
Okay.
It's this simple, all right? Take all that nonsense, that white noise, and take it out of your life. And I mean that. This is going to be personally applying to everyone out there listening.
Cool.
To your own personal life.
Excellent.
You have to take all that nonsense and just ignore it. That white noise shit that you hear.
Is this still about Zelda? Or is this life advice?
It's never going to go away. In life, there's always going to be people who try to bring you down. There's always going to be people who try to make you look bad no matter what. You want to know why? Because it makes them
because you're foolish.
About themselves. Oh, I didn't get hit by lightning, so haha.
I was wearing a lightning rod and lightning struck me.
Fuck you.
What the fuck?
How about get a fucking life and focus on yourself and stop looking at everyone else around you and trying to bring them down so you should feel like a better person?
Okay, right? I guess you could interpret this as me trying to take you down, but I'm trying to build you up. I made this co-host audition to help you. I am a better second mic than I am a first mic. So, Phil, bring me on. 3 months free, then profit splitting. Same offer goes for Casey Armstrong. Not for Shuley anymore.
People played Zelda. I'm not watching anyone else's playthrough of Zelda and making fun of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to enjoy the game at my own pace and like it for what it is. I do like it. I really do enjoy it. I have criticisms of it. I have the right to make valid criticisms.
Or
can't
invalid.
Tell me that lightning is a good mechanic of the game and it adds anything. It adds literally nothing. It's just an annoying thing you have to remember among a million other things you have to fucking remember.
Million things you have to remember. But it's based on real life mechanics of being a lightning rod when you wear metal. It's strategy in a strategy game. How dare you put strategy in a strategy game?
In life, you're always going to have this element of people who are making this white noise around you. My best recommendation in this case is to ignore it. If you haven't noticed, in the last several weeks, I've ignored all this bullshit. All these idiots on the periphery always talk about DarkSydePhil and DSP. And
I call you Mr. SydePhil. I think it's more respectful.
I'm just sitting here. I'm so busy with the stuff I'm doing, right? Trying to finish up those playthroughs in May. I've been so busy with new releases now this last week and a half. I don't give a shit about any of these morons saying this stuff. But what irks me is when I go to play the game again last night for the first time in a week, and I get people coming in saying, "Oh, your playthrough sucks now because now everyone's making fun of you, and now
everyone's been making fun of you since the first. This is how you don't play." When did he turn his first viewer and make the first "This is how you don't play"? And then that became a whole YouTube community on its own. This is how you don't play. Every single game, I believe, there's still a "This is how you don't play" because. Oh boy, does he not know how to play video games for being a professional video gamer.
Making any progress anymore. Now you don't even remember the game anymore. It's like, yeah, it sucks. It sucks because I like the game. And really? I know that last month, if I hadn't been trying to wrap up other games, if I wasn't wrapping up Jedi Survivor and Final Fantasy V and Oblivion.
Ooh, Jedi Survivor. Those boss fights have been fun. Check out Duty's streams. Is
that before Street Fighter
frog
6
fight on the Jedi Survivor.
A lot more time and effort in a Zelda, and I probably would be nearly at the end of the game now, like most people, or already have beaten it. Right now it seems like there's two different schools of thought on Zelda. It was an amazing game that everyone played for 2-3 weeks straight, beat. Or, man, that game's so long and tedious, and I never got past the first 10 hours, and I stopped playing it.
Or there's people who just keep playing it. People that get addicted to it, like I did with XCOM 2, and I was shooting it up every day for months on end. Ooh, damn. Oh, man, and is it so fun to get angry? You get all the emotions in War of the Chosen, the DLC, whatever it is, the expansion of XCOM 2, all the emotions, just like Monopoly. That's why I like Monopoly twice a year and not anymore, is because you experience all the emotions.
I like the game, but I didn't have time to rush through it. So I'm kind of like this unique situation right now where I kind of have to, I have to figure out how I'm going to do it. I want to play Zelda, but if the game really is going to take
Switch games of,
let's say, 60 hours to beat, even if I just
I'll look into that
story. I'm only 32 hours in. That's another 15, 16 sessions. And I'm only going to be playing it 2 to 3 times a week tops. You tell me I have to play it for 3 months? You know what I mean? Like, I really do feel like these games in the modern day.
Yeah. 3 months doesn't sound out of the ordinary, Mr. SydePhil.
When you make a game that's 100 hours long, you know what you're saying to the gamer?
What are we saying?
I am what you will play now.
Yeah.
Until you beat me. That's what you're saying. Because if you have 100 hours.
I'm failing to see the bad part there of this is what you play until you beat me. Isn't that the concept of the games? Or you take a break. You take a break. Maybe you never come back to it. I was actually kicking myself recently because I never finished the GTA stories. I got so close to GTA Liberty City stories, and man, what the fuck happened that I didn't keep going on Vice City stories? Because Vice City stories was really good, and it had Jim Florentine as one of the regular radio guys. It's fantastic having all those comedians and Florentine. Opie was a terrible voiceover artist. What was it? The military guy that he was trying to be, and he was just doing his crazy voice. What are you doing, Sergeant? And then Anthony, he was the Pisswazzer. Anthony was the voice of Pisswazzer beer.
100-hour daunting game, and you play it for 20, 30 hours, and you put it down for a week. In another week, are you really going to want to pick it back up again? No, you're going to want to have that momentum. And if you lose that momentum, then you kind of lose your desire to really play it, right? And that's what really, I think, what's going on here with Zelda.
What's going on?
It's a game that's so lengthy with the amount of content that it has. It's like, you must play me. And if you don't, you might as well not play me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, either you play it all and you enjoy it right away, or you basically don't play it. And really, I think a lot of these game developers are missing the point at this point. Every RPG should not be 100 hours long.
You play it or
Zelda,
you don't.
In case in point, Zelda was never
Money in the Bank
the
case in
RPG
point
that was designed to be.
Is that pay-per-view coming up? I think that's the next one.
Zelda's roots,
the premium live event.
Yeah, Zelda was an open world or whatever, but Zelda was always a game that you could streamline and you could play and enjoy. And yes, there was always other content, but I mean, to me, I look at it, I'm like, it's a Nintendo game. And Nintendo games, I can't even in my mind think of a Nintendo game that's like, this is the game that you must play for 2 months. You know what I mean? Like, never. Nintendo was always like...
I played Super Mario 3 for years and years. Same with Super Mario World. I go back and forth between what's the best Mario 3 and Mario World. And, of course, Mario 64 is a whole different type of Mario, which I played for fucking ever. Did I even get 120 stars? I don't know if I ever got all 120 stars. I'm having a hard time remembering seeing Yoshi up on the roof of the castle. I think I only saw that afterwards.
Like incredibly high polished quality. The Nintendo seal of approval meant something back in the day. When you were playing a first party Nintendo game, you were playing a game of the utmost polished quality. And you knew that. And it might not be an incredibly lengthy experience, but you knew that was going to be an incredible, memorable experience. You know what I'm saying?
Nintendo has a lengthy experience.
Hey, clear your fucking schedule. You ain't playing nothing
too many
for a month,
syllables.
Man. You know, it's funny because I see people now who are
parody of a parody song.
Hardcore gamers who are just playing nonstop. They're people with lives or whatever. And they're posting up, I'm just finally getting around to the end of Zelda.
Oh,
they've
boy.
been playing it since launch. And it's the only game they've played for a month. And they're finally just getting to the end of it, right? So, listen, I get it. At the same time,
I didn't write that down.
I really
that's another sound clip I need to get.
These games are too long. I don't want every RPG that I play to be 100 hours. Why is it that Zelda,
but some of them are fun being 100 hours.
Fantasy are all coming out within a month, and they're all going to be 100-hour games. How does anyone play them all? Like, what is that? What is that mentality? If you're someone who's designing a game like that, should you not look around you at the gaming landscape and say, okay, well, I know my game's 100 hours. It's an RPG. I'll release my game in February because I know Final Fantasy's coming out in June. And by the way, Diablo should come out in like October and spread them out. Now,
Jake Hudson over here
in a month and now cut into each other, right?
Yay! Drink in tandem. Look at us, team. Phil, we're a great team.
I don't know. It
hire me, Phil.
Oh, is that
bring
true?
back
Dabhan says Final Fantasy
some of the audience.
35 hours long. Now, is that just the main story?
Will we actually go down with you as your co-host? That would be embarrassing.
Game, side content as well.
If we lost your 7 supporters thanks to me.
I'm curious. I should actually look into that. But yeah, like, you know, that's my situation right now. You know, like I understand people are frustrated with the Zelda playthrough. So am I. I really wish I could have played it more.
I do know that you spent all that money from those big weeks you had on WWE Champions. There was $1,000 drop by Jax Raxer. Only Ice Jinx, who it's being theorized is Brianna, dropping. Like they think they're being sneaky, these whales, these cash whales, and they're as clever as Phil. Yep. Yeah, take that for what you will. As clever as Phil.
The lightning mechanic, and maybe I would remember what a cooking pot looks like, and maybe I would actually care more to learn the building and puzzle mechanics of the game. But I just
does he have holes in his brain from ecstasy?
But not being
how is your brain this bad? Are you like Forrest Gump and you fall right here?
No, it's a no-brainer. This game will be in my Game of the Year countdown. It's that good of a game, right? Which is hilarious because if you listen to the fucking TikTok idiots, they think that I'm like, I hate the game or something. They're just morons. That's what they do when they take something out of context.
Everyone thinks you hate the game by evidence, Phil.
But to me,
I thought you did.
I'm loving.
You're the only one who doesn't think you hate it.
Zelda tonight. Last night I had a lot of fun exploring the Goron town. We're riding the mine carts around. We actually went to an optional cave by accident and stumbled upon a shrine. Cool. Let's go in the shrine. Let's do that.
He had to be so pissed when he found something optional. All right, we're working our way to be done this game. God damn it. This wasn't part of the main storyline. Fuck. That was fun, wasn't it? Fuck, it was fun. Yeah, that's how I'll spin it.
Element of exploration and surprise and wonder of a big open world is a huge positive for the game. But at the same time, I'm dreading that the rate that I'm playing it, people aren't going to care that much. you know.
7 people care.
And I can't just drop everything.
And who are the smaller ones? The ones that aren't the whales, the cows.
You know, I want to play Street Fighter 6. I'm craving Street Fighter 6 right now as I talk. I'm craving Street Fighter 6. I want to play it. I want to play a new.
You want to play it at Evo,
right? So that's the thing. Like, in the
you'd be out the first round.
One game, one genre. 100 hours.
Can we raise those funds for Phil to be in?
Sorry,
to be
in the month of May,
a professional competitive gamer once again for fighting games.
And the best you ever did was 4th at Evo on a version that no one played, everyone hated, and that's Philip. Oh boy, we're almost at an hour.
I didn't
brain
see
hurts.
The benefit in dropping
Jedi
Survivor,
not an hour of Phil and then tapping out. So doesn't matter how long I get into the start stopping. It's
you know what I'm saying?
Hour and done. So man.
Of course, the other thing
is that snot on your jammy pants.
If I only,
let's say, putting snot on his jammy pants.
Why don't you only play 2 games at a time? Okay, only play 2 games at a time. Well, as of now, I'm playing 3 to 4 games at a time, and I'm already getting tons of complaints. Why didn't you play this one? Why didn't you play that one? Right now, I'm getting complaints. Why didn't I play the Lies of P demo that came out the other day? When would I play it? Right? I'm here 6 days
what's that gorilla game? Josh has that monkey gorilla game that was on sale once. That's a fun minimalist
What about
game
Amnesia the Bunker that just came out on Game Pass?
People that you don't need to spend 100 hours on.
You see? There's just no way you can play everything. These days, there's so many games coming out at a rapid pace, and unexpected things that pop up out of nowhere.
It's almost as if the industry expanded exponentially to have many big studios and smaller developers all the time being passionate and coming out with things. Oh, including that guy who can't use his arms. What is it? Dog Dug that he coded with I'd have to look up the video. I was very, very impressed. I want to buy Dog Dug just to support this man who coded it with like a pencil in his mouth. Fucking amazing.
You know, again, back in the day when I started as a YouTuber, things were very different. There actually weren't that many game releases. In a given week, you could on one hand count how many game releases were coming out. That's how it was. Now it's like there's always a million indies, Game Pass games, full retail games.
Stop making games passionate people on independence. How dare you pursue your passion?
Games to figure out which ones are the ones even worth playing.
Too many, and you're flooding the market.
Schedule and which ones people want to see. It's tough. It's so very, 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 very different from everything that it used to be.
It's a mad.
I think a lot of people don't understand that. I think a lot of people are still living in the past.
Very, very different.
Well, I don't understand why Phil can't play this game, this game, this game, this game, this game, and this game within a 1-month period. Be good at all of them, master all of those systems, not make fun of the game.
As a professional gamer, you should be pretty natural at catching on.
For the game, it's like, what are you talking about? What planet do we live?
What are you talking
about?
I believe that's an Opie.
I want you guys to understand.
Great, Opie Hughes.
I am, and you know, it's going to be a stressful month and a half.
Oh, maybe I should co-host Audition for Opie.
All these hot games and juggle. The thing is, I would much rather be in a situation where I have so much.
Where are his videos?
And everyone is enjoying the stuff I'm putting out
on YouTube. He does the
nothing
Facebook
going
Live.
on. Everyone's bored. I'd much rather have it like it is now. But it does make it a lot more stressful for me. Okay. And I hope you understand that. And what I will say is, listen, you can't stop idiots on the internet from doing and saying what they do. You can't. All right. What you can't
Idiot here. Hello, Phil.
Let it get to you. I'm not letting it get to me. I'm not even paying attention. I wouldn't have even known.
You're not paying attention yet. But if this channel gets views, you're going to see it.
Tell me about it. And try to derail the stream, quite frankly, which a lot of people got banned because they were trying to constantly derail my stream about it. I wouldn't even know about
my stream. Oh, that's one of my favorites. Being someone who recently started getting into chat rooms and just having a blast, ball busting in the chat rooms and getting off on side rants. Anytime his chat is talking about anything other than what he's doing this exact moment, how dare you derail my stream? You're going to be banned if you keep derailing my stream. Derailing my you're derailing my stream by talking about a side subject.
I don't. There's so many idiots out there. This is what they They thrive on drama. They thrive on negativity and toxicity, right?
I'm not trying to be negative. I'm trying to help, Phil. I really want to help.
You had a good time.
But you're taking it negatively. You take all constructive criticism.
Here's a mechanic you figured out right away. Which happened in the playthrough. Notice that doesn't get highlighted. It's only the one moment that someone feels looks bad or out of context. That's what gets highlighted.
One
and that's
moment.
What becomes the white noise.
The cup runneth over that tries to bring you down. Shit in life,
moments. You can't let that shit bring you down.
Like my stupid shit budget.
If that was the case 15 years ago, when I first started getting criticism for my videos, I would have quit. When the first This Is How You Don't Play came out, I would have quit. I'm not going to quit based on a bunch of idiots causing drama on the internet. But I'll say this, I'm not going to sit here and talk about it when it's happening because there's no point.
You're talking about it now, Phil.
A week ago when that shit
I'm not going to talk about what I'm talking about this exact moment.
It because I was like, there's no way that I want to deal with that shit when I'm trying to juggle all this other stuff. I'm already stressed out, and I know that there's all this good stuff.
Fecal matter juggler,
frozen
fecal matter juggler.
Right? So, but I just wanted to let you know because now I came back to Zelda last night, and I did see a lot of attitudes. I got some comments overnight and everything. People frustrated with the playthrough. I made a comment during the Zelda playthrough last night about the lightning bullshit. And I
was wearing a lightning rod and lightning struck me. God damn it! This is bullshit. How dare they program this into the game as a mechanic?
I have the right to do that. I do. I'm sorry. I have the right to criticize the game. You don't have to agree with me. That's fine. If you think I'm off base, that's perfectly fine. But I should have the right to
now. Have you seen those pizza box bases they have now? I think they've gone too far. I understand the pitch clock to help speed the game up because it gets tedious after a while. So pitch clock, but those pizza box sized bases, I think that's a bridge too far.
During my own fucking playthrough and not feel like I'm walking on eggshells.
Sorry if that nose noise, folks.
Someone out there's going to make a video about it. I don't give a shit. I never have. I never will. Let them do their own bullshit outside of my streams. If you haven't noticed, it literally didn't affect my streams in any way, shape, or form. We've been having a great time.
Nothing leaves, nothing. Nothing can affect something when it's already zero. 0 times anything is 0.
And they can kiss my fucking ass for all I care. I mean, I'm 41 years old. I've been doing this for 15 years. Your little bullshit is not going to affect me in the least. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing.
You don't sound agitated in the least. Yeah, you're not affected.
Anyway, let's now get back on topic, shall we?
What was the topic?
So let's talk.
Was it Zelda?
Everything going on here. Today we're doing Minot. I'm just going to call her Minot from now on. I don't even know if that's
Street Fighter, right?
Name. I don't care.
I think this is Street Fighter talk.
Giving me a direct pronunciation of her name. I haven't heard her name said once in the game.
Like Ryu.
So I'm just going to say her name is Minot. And if it's wrong, I actually don't give a shit. Her name is Minot from now on. Or I'll start calling her Minnow.
Okay. Just
that's what I'm trying
back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful Street Fighter.
Being because she seems like an interesting hybrid. She's got interesting strikes and juggles, but she also has a lot of throw mix-ups. And once you get a throw or two, you immediately buff the throw damage for a second throw that will be ridiculously damaging. So I feel like there's actually certain characters who are actually going to be very weak against her because of throw mix-ups. I think that throw mix-ups are actually strong in Street Fighter 6. So we'll see today. I'm going to try her out, and and we'll see how it goes. I don't know if it's going to be.
What the fuck was that? I was making a nose myself. I hope you didn't hear.
So we'll see today. I'm going to try her out, and and we'll see how it goes.
Christ.
I don't know if it's going to be a character who I pick up and I really like, or a character that I don't want to play again. We'll see, but I'm going to try today. That is my character that I'm focusing on today. We're going to do the guide. We're going to do combo trials, and we're going to go into multiplayer and see how it goes. That's it. No late stream tonight because tonight I'm filming my private react videos for patrons. All right.
Private reacts. Are you sure the divorce saga isn't continuing off the air?
Behind the scenes.
Mainstream.
I think that's what I want. I want behind the scenes and behind the scenes to just be off air when I wasn't live streaming, when I wasn't talking to you folks out here in the internet. All right, just a couple more minutes.
World tour. We're finally going in the world tour. We're checking out this single player mode. We're going to see what it's all about. We're going to build up my custom avatar character who looks absolutely hilarious because he looks similar to me.
He always chooses characters similar than him. I know some people do that. I never did that when I got Def Jam Fight for New York or a WCW game. I remember like the first when Creative Player first started being a thing. Bonesy was my guy because the WWF games had the skeleton outfit. So I made Bonesy as my Creative Player. The Def Jam Fight for New York, I don't remember really basing it on anything. And it's been a long time since I played a game with a creative player that I created a player with, other than XCOM 2, of course. And nope, none of those look like me either. Did one of them happen? No, I can't think of any of them in my roster.
The character in Street Fighter. And then tomorrow night will be more chill Diablo fun. Then Tuesday, more Street Fighter 6.
I made a character that looks like me.
Is do a multiplayer session where I play with more Zangief and Minot, or we'll try a third new character. We'll see. Okay. We'll go from there. We'll see. I don't know what I want to do yet. And then Tuesday night will be more Zelda.
Tuesday. So there you go.
Mark your calendars. If you want to be there for the Zelda stream so I can sit there and make fun of Phil, that's when it is. Okay. And then Wednesday will be another Street Fighter 6 stream.
Okay, very nice. That's nice of your schedule. I'm done. I'm tapping out. That's enough. So as usual, on our way out, let's get some TikToks. Do I do the funny one first or the sexy one first? I've been ending with pretty ladies, so let's end with pretty ladies. Let's get the funny one up first. All right. Yeah. I suppose I have to refresh.
600.
N.
There is one N, yeah.
I'd like to buy a vowel. Okay. An I.
One I.
Whoa. What? Going for ing.
G.
Sure.
Bro, what's he doing? Hey, bro, pick different letters, bro. Like, what's this guy doing?
I'd like to buy a vowel, please.
An E. Bro, do they not see what he's doing?
He could have gone with the R first. I see what he's doing. He's going for ing and which
R.
Fuck!
They didn't see what he's doing. That actually is a good strategy that he's going with.
There is one N, yeah.
But he did it in such the wrong order.
An I.
One I.
Whoa. What?
G.
Sure.
Bro, what's he doing? Hey, bro, pick different letters, bro. Like, what's this guy doing?
Got a favorite word.
A vowel, please. An E.
Bro, do they not see what he's doing? What? I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. You better not, bro.
R.
Fuck!
If he just would have started with G and R first. Okay, I'm looking for ings and ers, but oh my goodness, he did that the other way. Okay, and one more TikTok video to take us out. I suppose I'll refresh just in case.
I need you to promise me that.
And this one's a real quick one. We've got another sexy clown lady. My TikTok has many sexy clown ladies. Well, some sexy clown ladies. I don't know what qualifies as many, but we saw. Oh shoot, what was the one? I forget what she was. And yes, that was a great clip. I think you sent that to me, and it will never not be funny. I understand why you're looking for words that end in ER and why you look for words ending in ING. but he did it. Oh, no cotton socks today. We'll get back to cotton socks soon. Take us out, sexy clown lady. Big top mega honkers. Ooh, big top mega honkers. Take us out.
I need you to promise me that you'll be on your best behavior.
I promised other people that I'd be on my worst behavior. And I gave my word, so.
Don't make me fire you.
You can't fire me.
Thank you, big top honkers. Thank you, Phil. Thank me. Thank my viewers. I might have had equaled up to my maximum of 4 viewers all at once if I had remembered to put this out on social media. And I do need to be better with the Twitter. I am live streaming to Twitter as well. I need to do a lot of shit to try to make this more than a hobby, but it'll be a hobby throughout the summer. And did I have an outro? Oh, I did have an outro. We have been here. Thank you for. Sorry, brain fart. These brain farts will get less. The head flatulence hopefully will be lessened as I keep doing this. Thank you for coming.